right, ladies to the left of me here. How's that knot? Can you untie it? A little bit tighter, huh?
Love coming up here to Camp Rimrock every year for the Powhatan retreat. We just finished up the 36th year and it's been great. We've had a wonderful time. The start of each school year is a critical time for a student's success. We think it is important to stop and take a few days and really come together as a school community and define how we're going to make the most of the school year. Retreat is our way of setting the tone for the year.
There.
All right, there you go.
Excellent.
All right, Dash has his. And then Brian, you're going to, I'm not forgetting.
Right. Oh, whatever.
Squeeze an E in there.
A centerpiece of each retreat is the full value contract. Almost immediately upon arrival at camp, the students begin to work on how we will make the most out of our experience. Students break into small groups with their faculty advisors to create written guidelines, taking personal responsibility for how they will contribute to and make the most positive impact on the retreat. Students collaborate to clearly define how they want to treat each other and what expectations for positive behavior look like. It's also a great way for students to connect with their faculty advisors. Each retreat comes to a close when students are reminded that the full value contract is not just for the retreat, but it's a contract for the rest of the school year.
So I think that's important for a captain because then you want to be around someone who has a lot of energy rather than someone who's
One of the highlights of retreat is the selection of our 8th grade post-rail captains. Prior to our retreat, each student must send a letter stating their qualifications for captain and the reasons why they feel they would make a good captain. And this is sent electronically through email to me, which I distribute out to all of the faculty prior to leaving for retreat. Once we arrive at retreat, the students will be introduced and each student will give his or her speech to their peers. Once their peers and post-rail teams hear those speeches, ballots are given out and the students vote for his or her captain for post-rail. At the conclusion, some faculty members will tally up the votes. We go to lunch, we come back from lunch, and we announce our captains for the coming school year.
Ready. Falling.
Fall on.
Did it! Did it! Yeah!
Well, first of all, there's many reasons for doing the retreat. Most importantly, it's for the entire upper school to get to know each other. We have a brand new group of 6th graders, and this was their first time at retreat. And this is a good experience for them to get to know the 8th graders, the 7th graders, and everyone getting to know each other. Doing that, they have to communicate with each other. And with all of the activities that we did, we focused on 3 big challenge activities for the students. We had the trust fall, where the challenge groups would go through, learn how to trust each other by falling backwards. And of course, this takes a great deal of practice first, and of course, trust. Not all the students actually fell backwards into the waiting arms of their teammates, but at least they knew that their teammates were there and ready for them. Several of the students, they kept turning around, and we told them, nope, don't turn around. You can fall, we got you. And there was a great deal of encouragement from especially the older students to go ahead and do it, and everyone was happy that they did that. My personal favorite activity was the communication breakdown. Students had to guide a blindfolded partner to pick up objects and then drop them in their team's basket. All of this while avoiding knocking down obstacles and, of course, other students. This activity taught a variety of skills such as giving and receiving precise instructions, strategy, trusting their partner, and encouraging their teammates. The students enjoyed doing this activity, which had both the excitement of trying to win and the fun of seeing the blindfolded partners bump into each other when the communication finally broke down. Another activity was the mystery shapes. We divided the students into two groups and separated them with a sheet. And half of the group had a picture in front of them, and they tried to communicate to their partner across the screen what that shape was by giving directions. And it was a very interesting activity. Of course, it created a lot of interesting artwork, but of course the children realized that yes, you actually can give precise instructions, and it's always interesting to see what your partner actually drew from your directions. During this activity, when we had half of the group was doing the challenge activities, the other half of the group went off on a multi-mile hike.
And I would start with ready?
Ready.
Falling?
Fall on.
And then I would fall.
Oh my God.
Anticipation, man. Anticipation. Who wants to go first?
Another Powhatan Upper School retreat has come and gone here at Camp Rimrock. As always, I'm very grateful to have been included and be a part of it. I think this day and age, it is so important to get students outside of the classroom, away from their computers and iPhones and technology, to give them a little time in the woods to challenge themselves, to come together as a group, meet new friends, and really hopefully it's a great start to their school year. Hopefully Powhatan Retreat carries on through and they have a great year.